Mia cucina in Italian means my kitchen. And la prima cosa, and the first thing che davvero fare, that we need to do, prendere il faldale, is to get the apron. That's what I said in Italian. I am going to show you a deliciousness today. This is a family recipe, and I have kind of made it also my own. And I'm going to teach you how to say everything I'm going to be utilizing in Italian. So this is going to be a lesson in Italian, and we're going to have this amazing broccolini Empregatorio with a pasta. And what I've done is I have already have the pasta over here with my pasta water, and what I am using for my pasta is I have found this pasta that is completely gluten-free, vegan, corn-free, and it's organic. And it is just like pasta for those of us that are very gluten sensitive. So what I want to do first is I want to turn my pan, and I'm going to have it on medium high. What I have here is 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I have 5 cloves of garlic. 5 cloves of garlic that I just put in there. So what I want to do is I want to get my oil heating up while with my garlic, because I want the garlic with the oil. As the pan is heating up, it'll heat up that garlic and it start giving, you know, the wonderful aroma and flavor. So garlic, aglio, aglio. I mean, not aglio like that, but aglio. So in Italian it's aglio. And I have a little bit of olive oil on the side. So 5 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Those are going to be done. Now what I'm going to do here, and I'm using 2 tablespoons because, you know, we're going to be cooking quite a bit in here. And then what I'm going to be adding to this is I have, you know, I can't remember how to say peppers in Italian. And rosso is red, verde is green, you know, Christmas colors. So I'm going to be utilizing a half a red pepper, a half of green pepper. I have an entire cipolla. Everybody, cipolla, and it's a cipolla rossa. Red cipolla, red goes right in there like that. Okay, so now we're learning. So far, so good. Rosso, verde, and go all in here. Because what we want to do is we want to saute this going forward. Because what we are doing is we're going to be building a sauce. But it's not going to be like a spaghetti sauce that thick. Because I'm going to be utilizing my wonderful noodles that I have here with the water right here. And this is very, very hot because I just got it out. Let me take my broccolini, move them out of the way. Because I'm a one-woman show, and I'm the only one here with you. I'm not alone, I'm with you. So while this is doing their thing, I'm eyeing this to see if I may need a little bit more olive oil. And I think I'm just going to add 1 more tablespoon. I know, but olive oil is not too bad. All right, so now that this is hanging out here with the cipolla and the peppers, I am going to show you how to work on the broccolini. What are broccolini? Broccolini are these beautiful, wonderful greens that have these tiny little broccolis. You see that? They look like little broccoli. And I'm going to show you how to annetta. And what the Italian said is how to clean them. So what I do is, I'm going to put that on the side so I can show you, is you're going to just take the bottoms, okay? Take the bottoms, put them all together, and to makes it a lot easier like that, guys, because, you know, And you just cut a little bit of that, just a little bit, get that out of the way, boom, dum, da, dum. And then what you want to do is you want to, if they're in like that, kind of tearing apart, like I'm doing right here. And we are nettare, so we are looking for the, usually there's not a lot of waste. I don't like to waste food. And then what I want to do to these guys, put them like that, and I'm just going to cut them in half, just like that. See that? And then if you happen to have like a thicker stem, you may want to cut it in half, or just make it a little smaller, because that's all going to be going all in this beautifulness. Alright, so now that we have all of this all chopped up like this, I have 2 green onions that I just got from my garden, because I do grow green onions. And then what I want to do here is I just trimmed the tops, and what I want to do is I just want to go ahead and slice these guys. Slice these guys, because this is what's going to give this such incredible flavor. So I'm using 2 green onions. Remember, 1 red onion, cipolla verde, green onion, cipolla verde. And maybe I'm not saying it, a very good Italian over here. I was born in southern Italy, and when I was 2 years old, my family immigrated to South America. That's why I speak Spanish. And then when I was 13, I came to United States. So I have forgotten un poco di italiano. So I want to put all my green onions right in there, because we are building flavor upon flavor upon flavor upon flavor. So we are building, because the broccolini are bitter. So to that broccolini, I have a tablespoon of rice white vinegar that I'm not going to add yet, okay? Because I'm going to go step by step so you guys can learn how to make this. This is a very good, an old Italian recipe, and it's easy peasy. My mom and my dad, they worked very, very hard, 12, 14 hours a day. And my mom would come home to feed us kids, and she had to put something together quick for us until I learned how to cook. My mom, that was her kitchen. All right, so then now what I have here is a teaspoon of tomato paste that I'm just going to go right in there like that. Just like that. Super easy transaction. I have a tablespoon of granulated garlic and a teaspoon of spicy red pepper flakes. Okay? All go in there like that. All go in there like that. And you're wondering, what about the liquid? Don't worry about it. Give me un momento, per favore. And then what I have here is 2 tablespoons, or 1 tablespoon. I am using 2 tablespoons because I love oregano. And oregano is beautiful. And I put it in my hands. This is how my mom taught me. And in order to release the oils, and it's dry, I am adding it right in there like that. Okay, in the meantime, while that is doing their thing, they're still doing their thing. I just, you could get one of these. If I have one of these, I'm going to use one of these. Non so come si chiamano. I do not know how to say this. There's a lot of words, that I do not know, and I no longer have my parents, and I don't have nobody to practice my Italiano with. So everything is looking very juicy, wonderful, everything is melting with each other, doing their thing, because, this is where we do a lot of the flavor. I have some homemade basils. As you can see, they're all different basils, and I have quite a bit of thyme. So what I want to do is, I'm just going to take the thyme, and I'm just going to just put it in there like that. You see what I'm doing, guys? You take it. There's no reason to chop it. That's, my mom would just take it like that. Just go like that. Very easy transaction. Very easy transaction. And I am using about 3 or 4. Everybody wants to measure. And if I were to measure, you're looking for a good tablespoon of thyme. Thyme. So a good tablespoon of thyme goes in here. And nobody likes to do thyme because you guys got to go not this way. If the leaves are up this way, turn it upside, hold it like this so you can get it good in there like that. Very easy transaction. Now what I have is 2 cups of cherry tomatoes. And what I've done is I've taken my cherry tomato like this, guys, and then I sliced it in threes. Sliced it in threes, all go in there just like that. All right. We are doing good here. We are sauteing all of this. Oh, mamma mia. It's a bellezza. Oh, mother, it's a beautiful thing. So we have the tomato. We have the rosso, verde, peppers. Oh my gosh, peperoncini. Peperoncini. Non mi è scordato. I have not forgotten. And now what I want to do here is I want to go ahead and add my vinegar that goes in there, because that, we need to have that in there. Okay, and now I want to have get these guys all in here like that. I know it looks like a lot, and trust me, they're going to cook down. Because what I want to do now is I want to get the pasta water, okay? Let me get a ladder. This is a very hard English word to say, one of this, no saccio. I am just going to get, you see, 1, 2. I still have my pasta in here, because what you do is, when you're working with this kind of pasta, you get the water boiling, you put it in there, you let it boil for a few, 3, 4, 5 minutes, and you let it sit, and then it starts to get soft. So what I want to do is I want to check this out, and now I'm going to turn this up on the highest that you can get it. Work with me, guys. This is going to take a little bit of time. And now what I want to do is I want to get all my basils. I stoop here and I went down like that, because I want every single one of my leaves, every single one of my basil. It's getting cold. Basil sometimes is finicky. Might like the cold, might not like the cold, and today is cold. For us Floridians, it's cold. So what I want to do is, I'm not going to, my mother never really chopped the basil. She just kind of put it in. See what I'm doing? I'm just using my fingers like that. Just let it ring basil. Okay, so then what I want to do is I'm going to use this, because I'm going to get in underneath, and I am just going to put these like that. This is the biggest pan I have, but I'm telling you, this makes a wonderful deliciousness. Okay, remember this that we had the greens in there? I am going to be utilizing that, and that's why I had a paper in here, a paper towel, and it's clean. And why dirty another dish? You're a mom, you're coming home from work, the last thing you want to do is have a lot of dishes. Okay. Alright, so then this is still cooking really nicely here. It's making a beautiful, oh man, this is coming along beautifully. And you gotta give it some time. There we go. Alright, so now I'm gonna get some sale. And I have it right here, the sale. Sale in Italian means salt. So what I want to do now is I just want to get a pinch of salt. Because right now, everything is cooking, maybe 2 more pinches. I don't like a lot of salt, and if you have high blood pressure, with the flavors of this, you don't need a lot of salt. That is the reason why I like to use a lot of herbs. Okay, so now, one of these guys just left here. Let me put him back here. Hey, you go back in there. So now this is coming along very lovely, very nice. And we're just trying to get everybody to marry each other in this beautiful pot. And it smells so good in here. Oh, and it's got a beautiful sauce already. Oh, cooking. So now what I want to do here is I want to bring this back. Okay? And I'm just going to use the same, I'm not going to worry about, draining this. I am putting my spaghettis in there so they can finish cooking with all that deliciousness. Oh, yes, baby, baby. Get it all in here. Ooh, that's hot. That's why I have this. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Well, it's one of those days. Let me open this up so I can get these guys easily, just like that. And I'm still going to keep my pasta water because I just want to make sure that everybody is in here and there's enough juice for everybody, which is actually, it's really coming along lovely. All right, let me get this out of the way. Let me put this over here. Let me turn my board over. Turn my board over. Let me grab another one of my trusty. Use two of these guys. Start mixing them together. Start mixing them together. Oh, and this is a vegetarian dish. Now, you know, if you wanted to, you could actually add some meat to this, but this is a peasant. Well, I don't know if it's a peasant. I don't like the word peasant. This is a country cooking. You know, my parents were from southern Italy, from Calabria. So this is a Calabrese recipe. Everybody in their home have a different recipe. Everybody may not use everything I am using. So now everything is coming along. Now I am going to go into the refrigerator because I want to get some Parmesan cheese. I'll be right back. Uno minuto, per favore. Oh, che bellezza. Che bellezza. I know it's here. Ah, there we go. Just doesn't want to come out. And I just have some good organic Parmesan cheese. No big deal over here. All right. So now I got my Parmesan cheese, eh? And what I want to do to my Parmesan cheese now is I am going to get a good handful. You see what I'm doing, guys? A good handful of this. Very good handful of this. And then what we want to do now, clean my hands over here, is I'm just going to bring this up like that. My noodles are really loving everything. It's nice and juicy and wonderful. Oh, and it smells. Everybody's doing wonderful together over here. The olive oil, the onions, the cipolle, the tomato, all this wonderful rapini that is so wonderfully yummy for us. And then what I want to do is I want to have this over here. And so let me taste. Now I'm going to taste because now it's time to taste. And you know, I'm going to grab me a little spoon, fork, and I just want to taste. Let me just taste. I want to taste everybody. I like a lot of Parmesan cheese, so I'm going to add more Parmesan cheese. Okay? No problem. My mom would always say, no problem. All right, so now this is done. That's how fast this went. Shut that off. And I'm going to see if I can get this in here. Oh, look at this. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Wait a minute. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Look at this. We want to get everybody. Everybody. That's okay if some come over here. That's why it's always good to have something underneath. And then we have this. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to put that on the side. I'm going to turn this over again. I'm going to grab my platter right over here. And then what you want to do now, where are we? We want to come over here. And then we're going to serve it just like this. Just like this. Look at this deliciousness, guys. Look at this deliciousness. This is a country cooking Italian one-on-one. Questa bella pasta con I broccolini. A beautiful pasta with the broccolini. Very, very yummy. Very, very healthy. And it makes, as you can see, it makes quite a bit. So if you have a family of 4 or 5 or 6, you can have an entire meal just with a few ingredients that we have here. And then to what we're going to do to this is, let me clean this up over here. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. I'm just going to get some of the Parmesan cheese, add some of the Parmesan cheese right there. Put a little tomato over here so he doesn't look so lonely and lost. And then, you know, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. And now let me show you what you've made. Let me show you what you have made. This beautiful Italiano family recipe, broccolini con pasta. Enjoy. Thank you to all my beautiful sponsors. God bless.